Good morning, this is Diana. I'm really excited to bring you a new hoop from Durkee. It is their new hat hoop. I have done several videos on hoops from Durkee. First of all, I do not work for Durkee. I'm just a consumer that loves their hoops. So I am going to show you how to use their new hat hoop. Okay, this is what their new hoop looks like. I think it's very unique. I love the color blue, one of my favorite colors. It is made of a lightweight aluminum, and so it's very sturdy and will not bounce around. It has some wonderful features to it. It's got these little marks here that helps you to guide your hat, because all hats have these lines on there. So you can guide your hat in there and line it up with the line. So if you have several hats to make, you can line them up with these lines and you're going to get your placement for your design correctly every time. Also has these wonderful thumb screws that make it easier to tighten down for people that have arthritis or something like that. You have these to hang on to, and nothing like the little round knobs and stuff like that. It has a notch in the back. This is your center back mark for your hat, and it's got a very nice large area to sew in. It's 6 by 5, so it can be used for other things besides just a hat, and I will show you how to do that also. First off, we need to put sticky stabilizer on the back of it. Just like this. Making sure it's all stuck down. Then I just tear this off like this. This is the design I'm going to put on the hat. Is this little Route 66 design. And I've already got it programmed in my machine. One thing I like to do also on my hats is mark. I take one of these little seam gauges and I mark up the width of one of these seam gauges, which is about 5/8 of an inch. This is going to be as far down as you want to go on a hat, or you're going to start going into the sweatband and all this thickness here. This way you'll know not to go past that. I'll take my design and put it on my hat. I know it's going this way. I know it's going to fit. So when I do my trace, I know, and I've got it up a little ways from that 5/8 inch mark. And then I'm going to mark the center of my design. Now, I always flatten out my bill, get my sweatband out of the way, and slide it up underneath the bill holder. Just like this. And I'm lining up one of these little marks to one of the stitching lines, so I know it's going to be in there straight. And this is your center mark. And then I'm going to hold it in place and start tightening down the screws. Once those are nice and tight, then I will start walking the cap down to meet the center back mark. This is a structured hat, so they're a little bit stiffer than a non-structured hat, but it works just as well. There. Now I have got my hat into my hoop, got it all stuck down, and it's ready to go onto the machine. Okay. Another nice feature about this hat hoop is that it goes on from the front. So you're looking at the front of the hat. You're looking at the front of the hat and not having to turn your design around. You can see there's plenty of room back here, so it's not going to hit your machine or anything. And I've already got my design programmed in to the machine, so I'm going to bring it up and start it. And bring up my design. There we go. I'm going to lower this and move my hat to the machine, to the center point, and then move it down to my mark. It's not wanting to move. There we go. Okay, now I've got it all set, and I'm going to do a trace. And then hit start. I'll place my little piece of vinyl on there and hit start. Okay. As it's sewing, you can see that it's not bouncing around. It's nice and stable, and it's just like any of your other hoops. It's not bouncing around. It's sewing quite nicely. I'm going to let this for a little bit, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, it's just about finished, but you can see it's just sewing right along. Still nice and stable. I've got it set at 800 RPMs, which is the highest this machine will go. This hat hoop is not only just for the MB4, it is for all multi-needle machines. Finished here. We can take it off. Okay, all finished. Now I'm going to take it off our machine. I'm going to go back over here. What I like about this hoop is it's just not for the MB4, as I was saying. You may not have been able to hear me with the machine going, but this is going to be also for all multi-needle machines. Priced very reasonably, probably half of what the competitors is. Now we'll take this off the hoop and just loosen up our thumb screws. And pull it out. I'm going to trim this up and I'll be right back with you. Okay, now here's my hat. Didn't get it down all the way. With this little mark, that's no big deal. It's just a piece of chalk, and it'll just wipe right off. But I always like putting that on there to measure it. Some people do an embroidery on the back, like a name or something like that. When you do that, all you need to do is just cover up your hole. There's no need to change out your sticky paper every time. You just cover up the hole and keep going. I'm going to cover that up just like that with another piece. We'll loosen up our wing nuts again. And this time we're going to stick the tabs to our hat under the bill holder here. Just stick it in there like that. pull them through like this. Line up your center mark with the center of your hat. Stick it down like that, and just tighten up your screws. If I'm doing multiples of these hats and I'm having to do a lot of them and I don't want to keep changing this out, what I do is just take a pencil and draw the back part of the hat just like that. That way when I put the next one on, I just line it up with that mark, and you won't have to reposition everything. And then you just take it and put it on your hat hoop and do your design. Like I said, what I really like about the hoop is that it's facing you, so you're not having to turn your designs anytime. So it's just like putting on your regular hoop. Like I said, there was other things you can do with this hoop, not just hats. Just because it has the nice big sew area, you can use it just like a fast frame or something. The sewing area for this, since it's a 6x5, would be 5.5 by 4.5. So you could do a nice 4x4 design in here quite easily. Doing key fobs right now is a big popular thing, and you could actually put 2 in at a time and do 2 at a time. These are this one's pretty good size, so you could do those 2, or 2 of the same one, but it's big enough to put 2 key fobs. Thanks for watching my video. I hope this has explained their new hat hoop. I'm excited about it, and I have been using it quite a bit. I have made a Tweety bird here. You can see this is a pretty good size design that I have put on there. I have done a Minion hat and then a Mustang hat. And what's nice about this is the low profile hats are hard to put on the hat hoops for the bigger machines, because it's only got like a 2-inch sewing area. But with this, with it being able to flatten it out, you can put much bigger designs on your hats. Okay, thank you for watching, and I hope you will try one of these out, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.